and he doesn't always handle it in the best way. We're talking about reverence. The Scouts are here to recognize reverence. In my opinion, I think that forgiveness is one of the biggest facets of showing reverence to God. The biggest thing that God did for us was to forgive us. And what He asked of us is to forgive each other in the same way. Well, if we don't do that, we can't really say that we're reverent or thankful or respectful or recognizing what He did for us. And that's why I wanted to preach something on forgiveness. It's also because we're doing communion. And a big part of communion is union of community and unity. And unity is important. If you don't have unity, you don't have much. Let's go, I'll just go right into the reading of the next one. Well, these guys get this all figured out.
We're good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Jerry, you're a smart guy, right?
No question about it.
All right. You know I was supposed to go on this special tour today with George's girlfriend?
At the zoo?
Yeah. But before I met up with her, I stopped to look at the monkeys when all of a sudden I am hit in the face with a banana peel. I turn and look, and there is this monkey really laughing it up. Then someone tells me that he did it. Well, I pick up the banana peel, and I wait for that monkey to turn around, and then I let him have it.
Kramer, you threw a banana peel at a monkey?
Well, he started it.
It's a monkey, Kramer.
Well, he pushed my buttons. I couldn't help it, Jerry.
Well, I still think it's wrong.
All right, fine. You take the monkey's side. All right, go ahead.
I'm not taking anyone's
Yeah, well, I
side.
know what happened, Jerry.
Kramer got hit in the face by a monkey. This is what monkeys do. Has anybody ever made a monkey out of you? Something like that. They just did something. It made you look like a fool. Have you ever done something to somebody else? Like throwing a banana peel in their face? Done something that makes them look kind of foolish? You just say something out in the wrong area and it's just like that person's cowering in the corner like, oh, we shouldn't say that. Why did you do that? You know, kind of like what I'm about to do to my fiancée. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I do that though. Sometimes, you say stupid things. Guys are notorious. Have you ever been made a monkey? And how did you handle it? I like this clip because what Kramer does is instead of understanding that it's a monkey threw this at me, his first reaction was, what? Retribution. Pick up the banana peel, and it's not like he didn't think about it. He waited. He was like, oh, I oughta, and he did it. He delivered it right to the monkey's face. A monkey! Now, David did something similar. He slapped Uriah in the face when he did what he did with his wife. Then, when he had an opportunity to come to Uriah and say, Uriah, there's been a big problem, there's been a mistake, I need you to understand. He threw it back. And then he picked up another one, and he threw it again. And he did not go to Uriah. He did not seek to resolve the situation. He didn't seek to fix it. He just continued it. And you'll see what happens with this monkey, what happens with David later on. This is the first of many instances of David messing up with forgiveness. This isn't the big thing. This is the initial hit with David. He learns from this, we think, okay? He repents and he says, I sinned against the Lord. And he asks for forgiveness and he fasts and he does everything. He lays on the ground. Remember when I talked about reverence? Why do people lay on the ground when they're trying to interact with God? I told you guys. I know you remember. I said they lay prostrate on the ground because it's a sign of humility, weakness. You're weak. You're leaving yourself open. You're saying, Lord, I am completely helpless in your sight, and I'm recognizing that you have complete power over me. I'm submitting. So David submits, but he doesn't learn. I'm going to read the next passage. We're going to go to the next clips. This, not good. This is 2 Samuel verses 2 Samuel 13, 23 through 14:33. Yeah, I know. So it's a lot. This deals with his son now. This is David's very own son. We talked about this last week, what happened with Absalom. He chased his father down and tried to take his kingdom. But the reason why he did that is going to become very apparent to you. Absalom had gone out, and David had sent people after him. Okay? He sinned. His brother, through relation, had basically committed a major crime against his other sister. Okay? Wasn't the best thing. He raped his sister. So Absalom had a little bit of problem with his brother. And he devised his plot to kill him. And when he killed him, he retreated away. Okay? And we're picking it up 2 years later. Okay, this is going to be Absalom's plot, and then what happens after that. 2 years later, when Absalom's sheep shearers were at Baal Hazor, near the border of Ephraim, he invited all the king's sons to come there. Absalom went to the king and said, "Your servant has had shearers come. Will the king and his officials please join me?" "No, my son," the king replied. "All of us should not go. We would only be a burden to you." Although Absalom urged him, he still refused to go, but gave him his blessing. Then Absalom said, "If not, please let my brother Amnon come with us." The king asked him, "Why should he go with you?" But Absalom urged him, so he sent him with Amnon and the rest of the king's sons. Absalom ordered his men, "Listen, when Amnon is in high spirits from drinking wine, and I say to you, strike Amnon down, then kill him. Don't be afraid. Have not I given you this order? Be strong and brave." So Absalom's men did to Amnon what Absalom had ordered. Then all the king's sons got up, mounted their mules, and fled. While they were on their way, the report came to David, "Absalom has struck down all the king's sons. Not one of them is left." The king stood up, tore his clothes, and lay down on the ground. Why did he lay down on the ground? Humility, submission. So he lays down on the ground. Let's see. And all the servants stood by with their clothes torn. But Jonadab, son of Shemaiah, David's brother, said, "My lord should not think that they killed all the princes. Only Amnon is dead. This has been Absalom's expressed intention ever since the day Amnon raped his sister Tamar. My lord, the king should not be concerned about the report that all the king's sons are dead. Only Amnon is dead." Meanwhile, Absalom had fled. Now the man standing looked up and saw many people on the road west of him, coming down the side of the hill. The watchman went and told the king, "I see men in the direction of Horonaim, and on the side of the hill." Jonadab said to the king, "See, the king's sons are here. It has happened just as your servant said." As he finished speaking, the king's sons came in, wailing loudly. The king too, and all his servants wept very bitterly. Absalom fled and went to Talmai, son of Ammihud, the king of Geshur. But King David mourned for his son every day. After Absalom fled and went to Geshur, he stayed there 3 years. And the spirit of the king longed to go to Absalom, for he was consoled concerning Amnon's death. At this point, David's son killed another one of his sons. He's angry, but he has this desire in his heart to go to him. Now, when the Lord puts something in your heart, you're supposed to do it. But David kind of didn't. Okay?